Hello, everyone, and welcome to the new digs of the Rob Broad Report. I'm taking a look at the wrestling shows happening in the state of Georgia for the second weekend of May 2023. That is going to be the 11th, the 12th, the 13th, and the 14th. Shows on all 4 days. We'll get started right as usual with the WWA4 show at the WWA4 training facility in Atlanta, Georgia, and streaming on YouTube. So we'll go right to the Friday shows, of course. Big show of the week. One of the big shows of the weekend. We have Southern Honor and Wrestling number 50, the 50th show, and they've gone all out for this. A bunch of matches that are very interesting, and then you have the reunion of the American Males. First time in over 20 years they have been together. And also, Gunnar Miller will defend the Southern Honor Championship against Judas. That should be a hoss fight in all senses of the word. Also on Friday, we have Platinum Championship Wrestling in Covington, Georgia. Of interest is going to be the number one contenders fatal four-way match to determine the number one contender to Nauseacism's Platinum Championship title. Alternative Pro Wrestling in Royston, Georgia. Some questions about the last big show, which saw Jacob Ashworth win the North Georgia Championship. However, Rob Adonis claims he is still the North Georgia champion. What will happen? Tune in and find out. In Summerville, Georgia, we have Independent Southern Wrestling Alliance at the Sublingual Community Center. And the weekly Pro South show in Piedmont, Alabama. Check their Facebook page and social media feeds for details of the matches, and also streaming live on YouTube. So those are all the Friday shows. We do have several Saturday shows coming up. We're going to start off with Southern Violence and Wrestling in Greensboro, Georgia at the Oconee Brewing Company. One of the matches of note should be the main event is Austin Towers defending the SVW Championship against Ferrari Morales. That ought to be a good one. Also, we have, speaking of championships, we have Classic City Wrestling, Dawn of a Dynasty show at the 40 Watt Club in Athens, Georgia. Well, we'll see a crowning of a new Classic City champion. Wrestle America presents their Mayhem show in Forsyth, Georgia. KLT Promotions in Rome, Georgia. Georgia All-Star Wrestling in Buchanan, Georgia presents the Beach Creek Brawl. Lariato Pro Wrestling presents their Slamageddon show in Dublin, Georgia. Please share their social media pages for match details. Pro South Wrestling returns, and they're holding it in Franklin, Georgia. One match of note I want to draw your attention to is Skrilla the Great versus former Impact TNA star James Storm. SWA returns to East Annalee, Georgia. So those are all the Saturday shows. I do have one Sunday show, and that is going to be Power Slam Wrestling Alliance in Dalton, Georgia. We'll have Terry the Rocker Lawler on there. Looks like, as well as Mel Gilbert. So those are all the shows I have for this weekend. This is what's behind me is going to change as I move things around, as I am in Florida. We'll see how that all goes. So that's all for this week. Be kind to each other. Look out for the assholes driving on the roads and TTFN.